9 months to a year came up and I had my existential experiences. I was like, all right, I'm ready. And then I flew back out to LA with like $200 in my bank account, and I was homeless for the first 4 months. And it was, humble beginnings leading to the greatest story of all time.
All right, guys, welcome back to the Frame Shift Podcast. Today we got a good friend of mine, Shaun Fury. He says he's a natural bodybuilder. I think he is, but we'll see. He's a screenwriter. He's an actor. He is a man of many talents. Without further ado, let me introduce him. Shaun.
What's up?
Welcome. How are you doing?
I feel great. Thank you for having me. This is a real pleasure.
It's about time.
Absolutely, I would say.
There we go.
Congrats to you.
Bro, it needed to happen.
Yeah.
I've been doing this for too long, and I feel like I'm getting better as a host, right, Josh?
I think so. Slowly but surely.
We're
not getting worse.
We're getting, as long as we're not getting worse.
Well,
as long as we're not getting worse.
I would just say that the fact that, in the capacity that we have worked together with you as a videographer, this opportunity to present your perspective on the various things that you are passionate about, I see the immense value in it just because it's like you're more than a guy behind the camera. And honestly, that can apply to literally anyone on the planet. Whatever specialty that they're good at, they have an opportunity to present it in a form of like, this is an individual who happens to be passionate about the thing that whatever they're talking about.
And create content surrounding that. Like throw it up on TikTok. It says you don't need a whole setup. You need a phone.
Yeah.
Everybody, a lot of people have a phone.
Yeah.
Just grab a phone, record some content.
Yeah.
Get going. Whatever you are passionate about, your niche, whatever your work is, just go for it.
It's interesting too, because and by the way, like either one of you, feel free to like just go like, Shaun, shut the fuck up. We have a list of questions. By all means.
That's in the plan.
Great. I'm glad I'm glad we're all on the same page. What I was gonna say is that I find it interesting that within today's current day and age, we have to use social media and content creation in order to promote ourselves and our own brands. And some people get turned off by that fact. They see that and go like, oh man, we got to generate our own content to promote ourselves. But if you look at it from glass half full, it's like, of course.
It's such a great opportunity. Yeah. And look at it this way. Before television, there was the radio. That switch is the exact same switch. Yeah. Marketing has never changed. Marketing is literally, how are you going to reach your target audience?
Yeah.
It's just the medium of how you're doing it.
And when it comes to the radio, it's like you're having to pay for radio spots. When it comes to television, you're having to pay for television spots. And with social media
ads, same exact thing. Pay for collaborations is the exact same thing.
Yeah.
But I want to get into you.
Absolutely.
Look at you, bro.
Get into me.
Let's get into you.
Pause. I never say that.
All Diddy. All Diddy.
I never say that. Thank you for that opportunity.
I want to, we pro the same place. Okay, so you're natural, you say, you claim.
Yeah. It's
a lot of hard work, dedication, genetics. What is it?
Genetics.
Okay.
And I'll be the first natural to claim that. I feel that a lot of naturals, specifically fake natties, the ones that have been in the game for a long time, Simeon Panda is one individual that comes to mind. He was like one of the first individuals who became a fitness influencer and then started getting accused of taking steroids in order to achieve his wonderfully aesthetic physique. And when he combats that, he says, you know what? A lot of people want to take away the credit that all the hard work and discipline and perseverance that I put into achieving this physique. I give no credit to my genetics, and anyone could achieve this physique. He was literally saying that when he first became...
Genetics play a little part.
It plays a huge part. It plays a huge part. And I feel like natties, fake natties, individuals who are getting accused of taking steroids, if you were just to die on that sword alone, hey, listen, 90% of what you see are my genetics. And then the other 10% is diet and training.
Okay.
And I'm saying that.
Okay, yeah.
100%.
No, I wouldn't have. I think it's more than 10% maybe.
I don't know.
Bro,
I think 90% is genetics.
I mean, I remember when I was always at zoo, you would be in there constantly working out, doing your thing, and bro, I saw your progression.
That's just I appreciate that.
Literally, I saw that.
That goes to nutrition, honestly. If you eat big, you get big. If you eat small, you get small. It's really that simple. Like we don't have to pretend like there's some secret science or some secret sauce that like goes into like creating a great physique.
It's just feeding it properly.
Yeah, it's like, all right, what's the base? What do you have to start with? And then you want to build off of that. And the thing is, and I tell this to everyone, it's like, you don't want to focus on me, focus on your genetic potential. Your genetic potential is going to end up looking different than mine, but you shouldn't comparison is a thief of joy.
Yes.
So if I'm aiming to be the greatest natural bodybuilder of all time, why on earth would you want to compare your physique to mine? Is that your goal?
You know, it's funny. That's honestly the issue with the internet today. It's the comparison part.
Yeah.
If we just looked at social media as showing our friends what we're doing, as, you know, optimistic as that sounds, just sharing, you know, there would not be these issues. It's the comparisons. It's the trying to be that person that is saying they're natty, but they're not actually natty. Is covered in makeup, is using Photoshop, yada, 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 yada. You know, like...
It is unfortunate.
It's a crazy world out there.
Yeah, because even if you were to take it a step further, and let's say there are fake natties who are claiming natural, but they're taking steroids, why do we care? Why do we really care? Why are we obsessing over the fact that someone's lying on social media?
Yeah. Are we upset that they might have health ramifications?
Yeah.
Like, what a...
It's like, is it adding inches to my dick for a person to lie about taking steroids?
Bro, it's crazy.
Doesn't make any sense.
No, that's a great point.
Yeah.
That's a really great point.
We just fucking fixate on the stupidest shit.
Literally.
Yeah.
So, bro, Shaun fucking Fury.
Great name.
Is it you knew where I was going with this. Is this
No,
a stage name? Is this a real name?
No, it's my real name. My father's name is Mark Fury. My brother's name is Nick Fury. For those who watch Marvel, Nick Fury is the agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. So my dad did that intentionally. And by the time,
no, he didn't.
Yeah, he definitely did. And then by the time he got to me, since I'm the second child of his, he was like, you know what, Shaun's cool. Shaun's a cool name. But I got my name, but I made it cooler thanks to One Piece. That's a very famous manga, considered one of the greatest manga stories ever. But within that manga story, it's called like the Will of D. So all like the special pirates and like the special people of that manga verse, they have the middle name of D. Okay. And my middle name is D. So it's like, if I really like One Piece, which I do, Shaun D. Fury, Monkey D. Luffy, and it just goes on and on. I'm a nerd.
You got a couple tie-ins there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure.
Oh, no.
Marvel, One Piece, it's great.
So they say, I guess Tyson Fury was named after Mike Tyson.
Mm-hmm.
Were you named after Tyson Fury?
Great question. I think my dad did not know who Tyson Fury was by the time. Okay. Yeah. Like, I think I was in my fucking late 20s by the time any of us heard about Tyson.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
How old are you, bro?
33.
You're 33. Okay. Mm-hmm. I'm turning 30 in August.
Nice.
You graduated 2011?
9.
2000. Wait.
You graduated 2011.
I graduated 2014.
Oh, shit. What? Math's not mathin'.
What's going on?
2014. No, I graduated high school. 09.
Yeah, high school.
Yeah, 09.
Did you skip a grade?
No, but my birthday's at the beginning of the. But you're in August. I don't.
Wait, what is going?
That's
weird. That's not math.
What's going on? That's weird. So you graduated 2014?
Yeah.
Out of high school?
Yeah.
That's weird.
And
I graduated middle school in 2010.
Did you skip? Did you get held back?
I was not held back. I was homeschooled until 6th grade. So my mom pushed it back a year.
Okay.
So I went into the schooling process a year later.
You were held back. Being homeschooled, you were held back.
Yeah, that's a rough one, honestly. You got me there. You got me there.
Yeah.
No, but like, yeah. So like, I mean, I played basketball with them. So I knew all the kids. And
right.
The town was 60 kids in my grade in total, so it wasn't a big town.
Yeah.
But yeah, where were we going with that? Okay.
Oh, yeah, the math wasn't mathing.
The math wasn't mathing. Right.
Sure,
Okay.
For sure.
But you're from Jersey too.
Yeah.
Where are you from?
Mount Holly, New Jersey. Very small town. That's where I spent the majority of my childhood.
Okay.
I was originally born
I spent a lot of time in Mount Holly, bro.
Really?
By that 7-Eleven off of me. 7-Eleven, what's the one road that goes through it, like cuts into a Y? 7-Eleven or whatever's right there.
Yeah.
I would always go right, like maybe half a mile into that neighborhood, cut left.
So it's like downtown Mount Holly, right?
I guess so.
Yeah. There's like Mill Street and...
Oh, I knew people on Mill Street, if I remember correctly.
That's crazy. That's like we were walking the same streets.
No, we were actually... Like,
that's nuts.
I spent nights out there.
Yeah.
We had time. There were good times
we were
out
out
there,
here
bro.
in the cut.
Bro, you got no idea.
That's super cool.
I was going to talk to you about like Apple Pie Hill and shit, and like, you ever go out there?
That's
the fire station?
The fire station for sure.
Like that overlooks all the Pine Barrens?
No, that sounds really cool.
Bro, next time you go home, it's sick. Go to Apple Pie Hill.
Apple Pie Hill.
You can literally drive right up to it.
All right. That sounds like an interesting experience.
You look over it overlooks all the Pine Barrens, bro. It's sick.
That sounds like a dope view.
No, bro.
Yeah.
I got one. What is it called? The Commander's Reservation?
Oh, well, no, you wanted to there was something in Jersey you wanted to talk to me about.
The Native American Reservation.
Yeah. And,
I got confused because of the Commanders, you know? It threw me off a little bit.
well, no,
Yeah,
I
that just
corrected
happened.
him and I said, no, we can't do that. Because I said, wait a minute. So he wanted to say something about Indian reservation. I said, no, because we can't even say Redskin. I mean, Commanders, because the Redskins had to change their name. We can't even say that now. So you got to refer to them as the Commanders, bro.
Okay. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
I was homeschooled, so my mom would take me to all that type of shit. Like she
Very
was supernatural,
interesting.
like
Yeah,
all that.
That's awesome.
So yeah, like we went to that every year.
There's having a supernatural mom or a mom that's into supernatural stuff has like its pros and cons. And from what I've heard, it's like in some ways it's like something really cool could happen, and then she interprets it in a way that's like outside of the normal.
There were some great moments. I don't know if I'd be doing what I'm doing right now, creatively or whatever. I think the schooling system takes a lot away from your creative process overall. So I think that probably helped me in that sense. Socially, though, I think it probably held me back a little bit. I did play basketball with, like I said, everybody in town, played sports. Back then it was soccer, baseball as well. Like, just,
Yeah.
But, yeah, no, in the social department it was a little lacking maybe.
Still, though, I mean, the trade-off, that's something I feel, too, that I didn't originally attribute people's lack of creativity to the schooling system, but I think you have something there. But just overall, I do feel that the majority of, and I really only speak, when I talk about general population, I talk about this country because I haven't really had a chance to travel out.
100%.
So keeping that in mind, I think that most people within this country do lack creativity and stop developing their imagination once they get to adult life, and it's really a shame.
Think about it this way: the last time the schooling system went through a major revamp was like the 1920s.
Yeah,
which was when we were producing a ton of factory workers. We need factory workers. Our bell system is the exact same schedule that they would use in the factory, and that's kind of like it would prepare you for that.
Yeah.
And we never left that, so it's still creating those kind of mindsets.
Yeah,
psychologically.
I'm interested in doing a whole overhaul of education system, the way that governments are run. Honestly,
I'll be right next to you, bro.
Yeah,
I'll be right next to you on all that.
So there's a lot of change that I would like to see over the course of my lifetime.
Hey, I'll be VP. You Prezi?
Well, I have bigger aspirations than just president because I feel like that only helps one land, and I don't.
So you're trying to be a global dictator.
Dictators, negative connotation.
Good verbiage, though, because that's something I've said multiple times. I don't think a dictator necessarily is bad.
I think it's such bullshit that it does have a negative connotation.
Because if it didn't have that negative connotation, you can think about the early stages of Julius Caesar. And I'm sure there were faults going on over there, but overall, like I feel like it was a happy civilization or whatever.
Here's the problem with dictatorship is that it's typically it coincides with imperialism, conquering, and what do these things have in common? It's
kings.
It's kings. But if you're establishing an empire, which is something that I'm actually doing within fitness and entertainment.
Yes, you are.
An empire is meant to conquer lands. And up until now, the concept of an empire conquering and expanding their territory involves slaughtering the people who are currently within that territory.
Salting the lands.
Yeah. And like enslaving their people and shit like that. I don't think that it needs to continue that way. I think an empire can actually be built in 2025 in a nonviolent way.
It's a new era.
Yeah, it is a new era.
Yeah.
Where we
don't
have
even fight wars the same way.
Yeah, we don't. And I don't even I do believe that I'm at war, but I don't believe that the war that I'm waging has to involve violence.
Oh yeah,
and I truly believe that.
I feel like war is more of a thought process in a sense.
It's a concept.
And it doesn't. It's just fighting force towards something.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
Now let's reel this in a little
Hell
bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
What was your transition from Jersey to LA like? When did that take place for you? How was it? Did you fly out or drive out? I drove out.
Really?
Bro, that was rough.
That's super cool.
And brought a camera, like my old Black Magic Pocket Cinema camera.
Damn, that's super
that computer.
cool. Fuck yeah, man. So I came out to LA twice. The first time I came out, I was 22, and I thought I was gonna like come out here and kill it, write a book, make it as an actor. And I got there, and I only survived like one day. I had a huge culture shock. It was like my first time outside of my small little bubble, because Mount Holly is a very small town.
Yeah.
So got to LA, and I was like, holy shit, this city's huge. The place that I was supposed to stay at that I found on Craigslist was not the way that Craigslist.
It never is.
No,
I got an Airbnb for the first month, and it was terrible.
Yeah. So ended up going back home, and then I spent the year between age 22 and age 23 mentally prepping to come back, because I felt like I went out like a bitch. And I was like, yo, you ain't...
You couldn't go out on those terms.
I can't let that happen. So I spent the next year just like prepping. I was doing like knuckle push-ups in like the fucking basement with the light off and shit like that, meditating for like an hour at a time, simulating homelessness in New York. I would take a train up to New York and just like sleep on park benches and shit like that.
Really?
Yep.
What?
And...
Go ahead, my bad.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
I'll ask after.
Okay. So I would do shit like that, and then once 9 months to a year came up, and I had my existential experiences, I was like, all right, I'm ready. And then I flew back out to LA with like $200 in my bank account, and I was homeless for the first 4 months, and it was humble beginnings leading to the greatest story of all time.
Bro, that's I didn't know that any of that. Bro, that's incredible. I like to see where you're at now. To that's and it's only a fraction of where you're gonna be. But I'm not, but I'm just saying from here to here. It's like
I'm definitely happy with the progress that was made. But I keep it, grounded. It's like Dwayne Johnson's got the same fucking story where I think he like wound up in Miami with $200 or $20 in his fucking pocket, but he knew that it wasn't just going to be that $20.
But he's a fake natty, so
that's a good point.
Call it out, Josh. Call it out.
I do look at him as like vision board kind of thing, because like what I like about The Rock is I like his little tagline when he was in the WWE, the most electrifying man in sports entertainment. I like that. Shaun Fury will be the most electrifying man in fitness entertainment. So like if we're looking to have that parallel, I'm like, okay, I like what The Rock did with that.
You ever think about doing WWE at all?
I definitely see cameos. I see crossovers.
Logan Paul-esque kind of thing.
What was that?
Logan Paul-esque kind of thing.
Kind of. I don't see myself wrestling. I don't see myself doing like the athletic performance of it.
But
I do see myself
in some way.
Yeah, I see myself in the ring. I see myself doing like a kayfabe storyline within, something that's going on within that universe. Just because I pay a lot of homage to what WWE was able to do with their universe and their storytelling and their ability to sell kayfabe. I just respect that product.
Yeah. Leading from there into your project now, Natty King.
Hell yeah.
Tell me about it a little bit.
Whew,
Tell
man.
the people about it.
Yeah. All right, so I'm building a franchise. We can call it the Natty King franchise, or we can call it the Nattyverse, which was a new phrase that was coined yesterday. Shout out JB.
I kind of like that.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, right?
Nattyverse. That has a different ring to it.
Yeah,
bro.
It does.
I
think that catches on more.
Yeah,
the Nattyverse. Yeah, because it's very similar to like Snyderverse or the WWE universe, and it's like more in line with like the actual vision, which is we're creating a universe,
the biggest thing in fitness.
The biggest thing in fitness, where natural bodybuilders are actually at the top of the food chain. I feel that this is the future, led by myself, who's got the visionary mindset to actually bring it to fruition. But I also see the immense value that this product will bring to the fitness industry and entertainment overall, just because from my perspective, there is a lack of transparency, integrity, nobility within these specific industries, and I'm looking to change that within by producing the Nattyverse. So it stars myself, who is destined to become the greatest natural bodybuilder of all time and lead a movement of natural is the way. And then it is basically a competition between myself and 30 hand-selected natural bodybuilders who all have their unique backstories, motivations, personas, and we're all competing for the Natty King title.
Wait, I apologize. You're gonna hate me for this, and you can hate me for this, but I have to pause for a second. Not even pause. I just have to ask you a question that I just realized I didn't ask.
Yeah.
What we were just talking about, the when you would go up to New York, I apologize, guys. This is important, though, in my eyes. I want this answer. I almost stopped at the end. This is important. And I'm not going to forget again. When you went up to New York, I need to hear what that was.
Yeah.
When you, like, what happened there? And then we'll get back into the Natty King shit. But I want to do that. I want to close that out a little bit.
It was actually...
Is that cool?
Sure.
Josh isn't happy right now, boys.
Just like, there's a flow. you're disrupting the flow.
The flow was going so good.
No, it's all good. It would have been better if you didn't even acknowledge me here. Just do it.
I think it's more fun this way.
Yeah. Okay.
I like fun.
Let's do it. Let's go back to New York.
Yeah, fun's great. It's honestly a bit hard to describe that experience just because a lot of what was happening was more internal than external.
Okay.
At the year in between the first trip to LA and the second trip was more of a spiritual journey than anything. And I would take myself to physical environments to stimulate an experience that's happening on the inside. So what I mean by that is
you saw LA, New York, kind of this in similarities, kind of. So you thought putting yourself in a position, kind of.
More so, I wanted to create an environment that was foreign to me and expose myself to the truth of the situation, which is that the external world cannot hurt me.
Okay.
And the only thing that I'm afraid of is what's going on here.
I gotcha.
Like internally. So I would just take myself there. I would interact with other homeless people, interact with police officers and get like their insight as to like I remember there was one specific time I walked up to a police officer and I said, hey, listen, in my future, I'm going to be doing a lot of traveling and I'd really like to get your opinion on how to keep safe in foreign environments, like different places around the world. Oh, yeah. And he said something along the lines of people who get taken advantage of in random places typically have their head up like this, you know, and they're kind of just wandering around and they become easy marks to the locals. Mm-hmm. Whereas if you are in an environment with a purpose and your head is on straight and you have this like kind of laser focus, it's a lot harder for a person to see that and want to fuck with you.
Yeah.
I was like,
I like that a lot.
Yeah. Okay. I'll take that advice.
Did you get a lot of like advice? Like, I'm assuming that wasn't the only time you went up and asked people. Was there a lot of like advice like that, like golden little secrets?
Yeah, it was a lot of absorption. So specifically, and this, I do want to turn. I want to turn this experience into a graphic novel later on in the future. Tentatively titled the Enlightened One.
What about a movie?
Oh yeah, I mean we're like that's the whole point of the Nattyverse though. It's like you have a TV show, you have a graphic novel, you have
the whole verse.
Yeah, I've got the whole verse. Yeah, definitely up here. And then it's just a matter of proper execution and stuff like that. But specifically, the way that I spent my time in New York was how do I explain it? Like visual mapping. So a really great example, and you can actually apply this to making all your dreams come true. Tony Robbins, who is a motivational speaker, he actually talks on this briefly. But basically, I would take myself to New York, and in my mind, I'm like, okay, today I'm only focusing on the color red, and I'm going to see where the color red takes me. Okay. And it would become like an adventure, where it's like whenever like I'm walking the street and I'd see like red, I'm like, okay, I'm walking to this red. And then once I intercept that red, I see another red, and then like I'm just going down a path. On that specific day, I ended up in a bookstore in New York, and the bookstore took me up. There was like 3 levels. I get to the top level, and there's this fucking book on a pedestal, and the book was titled Unlock Your Superbrain. I'm like, oh, this is what this red path led me to, right?
Yeah. It was a red book?
No, it was not.
Oh, okay.
That would have been great. That would have been great.
That would have been cool. But very, very, like, you're on it. But so it's like, you can take that whole concept of like, all right, only focus on red, and then you apply it to, okay, I want to be the greatest insert blank of all time. Now your brain, because you've primed it to focus on this directive or this task, it will take you through the steps because that's the program that you've created for yourself.
Bro, I love that.
Yeah.
It
works.
That's incredible.
It works. The tricky part is, and I should make this clear to everyone, it's like if you pick a very, very lofty goal, like my goal is to go down in history as the greatest natural bodybuilder of all time, build $1 billion fitness entertainment empire, go on to basically change the way that governmental systems are set in place, eradicate the old and create like a new structure of enlightenment across the world. Those are huge goals, and they take a very long time to, for one, manifest, execute, plan, recruit, things of that nature. So I just want to make clear, like, the bigger the goal, the more time. I mean, it's like kind of common sense, but the bigger the goal, the more time it's going to take for it to actually happen.
No, that makes complete
You just got to
sense.
trust the process.
And now going back to Nattyverse stuff and going back to recruiting your candidates, your
Athletes.
your
Yeah,
athletes,
and
your,
judge, yeah,
your
yeah.
judges, all that.
All that.
How are you sifting through all these applicants? You know,
Yeah. So, honestly, I focus on my strengths and I try not to make a big deal out of my weaknesses. So I'm not meticulous. I'm not detail oriented. I am passionate. I am focused. I have clear vision. So I use those strengths to basically determine who do I want to talk to today? Who do I want to reach out to tomorrow? Who have I lined up for future interactions, collaborations, things of that nature? And then, unfortunately, because I don't have a huge team right now, the people that aren't speaking to me like in the same way, like with red, if I'm only looking for red and there's like an orange red or like a yellow,
you might lean towards that.
no, I'm focusing on red.
Only red.
Yeah.
Okay, I gotcha.
Yeah, but like once the red gets exhausted, then I'll start looking at like yellow, if
gotcha.
that makes sense.
No, I gotcha there.
Yeah, so that's kind of how I do it. It's been working so far, and I also do acknowledge the limitations of having limited bandwidth, which I and that's why I acknowledge the value of building a bigger team, which is why I'm in the process of doing it.
And that comes with time.
It does.
You know,
it does. Yeah.
It'll happen. Trust
Yeah.
me. I believe that. For
And
you.
the thing is, like, I don't want to give a person a responsibility that they don't want to take on enthusiastically.
That's the worst.
Yeah.
Because then they're just dragging their feet the whole time.
And then you can do it better yourself.
Exactly.
You know, because then you're giving them work that you believe that they're going to do, but if they're not doing it, then you're not doing it, they're not doing it, and now you're fucked.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
So, Mr. Natty, you compete, right? All right. So, is that difficult competing as an all natural?
I'm not going to say any part of this whole process, building an empire, I'm not going to say a single aspect of it is difficult because it's the path that I've chosen for myself.
We literally see it the
Yeah.
exact same way.
What would be difficult is if I didn't have the option to make my own decisions and to live life with agency. That would be difficult for me. To be a slave to someone else's dream, that would be difficult for me.
And bro, and having to deal with the whims of others.
Yeah.
Like when I was managing artists, like the worst part was, all right, they don't want to record right now. They don't want to shoot content right now. They don't want to go to Times Square and do a pop-up show right now. You know, like it's, what are we doing? Sitting on our ass playing video games right now. And it just drove me crazy.
I had that experience too. I was a part of a film team in high school, and exactly what you described. Let's play Halo.
Like we are the 1%ers in the sense of like, honestly, 0.001% in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like most people in LA are like this because a lot of us transplant and leave and go here for this very reason. We're hustlers. We fight for what we want.
Yeah.
We like
And the
grab life by the balls and
Yeah.
fucking take it.
Yeah.
You know, like
And the immense amount of gratitude that comes from like just having the ability to do that and to surround yourself with others who have that same mindset.
and you got to find those people, and that becomes the team right there.
Yeah, for real.
Brother. What is Natty to you? Does that obviously gear? That's off the table.
For sure.
Drugs. What kind of drugs are on the table? Are peptides on the table?
All right, so I focus on performance enhancing drugs and
The PEDs, boys.
yeah.
And
Someone actually used IPEDs, which is image and performance enhancing drugs.
Wait. I've never heard of that one before.
Yeah, it's a new journalist term.
So is that like make your skin clear type shit?
No, it's still the same drug. It's just like it's enhancing your image. So like fucking collagen injections in your lips, lip fillers, Botox.
Okay.
Any kind of thing that
I know about that stuff.
Yeah, like any kind of thing that you're augmenting or enhancing your body with. in the form of a drug is now being labeled as IPEDs, image and performance enhancing drugs. So to that extent, that's what I stay away from. In fact, I keep it as simple as possible for myself, being the fact that I'm the greatest natural bodybuilder of all time. So I just use creatine.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about?
So we're gonna start seeing plumped lips in the Olympia now.
Well, I mean, we kind of already are, unfortunately.
Really?
This dates back decades. It wasn't plump lips, but people were injecting synthol, which is an oil, into their arms and calves in order to create a perception that their muscles are bigger.
I've heard of that.
And like
before.
that's not even an enhancement. That's not an enhancing drug. That's literally just injecting oil into your arms so your arms look bigger. I mean, I don't want to go on a big thing because to each his own, but.
Well, I got a question off of that. Back in, you guys would know the dates way better than me, but say the 80s. Maybe even, no, I think it would probably be the 80s, where it was like, it just looks like water. It's just so much gear in these guys that it looks like water. Like,
I've become more well-versed in the different decades of bodybuilding. Each decade actually has like their own champions for one. So the 80s actually was a pretty good time for bodybuilding. The reason that time period gets overlooked often is because there were no compelling storylines. So if you think about the golden era, you have Arnold Schwarzenegger, who's the most charismatic athlete.
was that? What year was
that was during the 70s.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Arnold Schwarzenegger had his heyday during the 70s. That's the golden era. Moving into it, I don't even think this one has an era per se, but the champion of the 80s was Lee Haney.
Okay.
And he was so dominant during that decade. He won 8 times that no one talks about that time in the sport.
So it's like LeBron now.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
exactly.
crazy, okay.
Only worse because LeBron's got Steph Curry.
Yeah.
He's got fucking...
LeBron 10 years ago, before Steph and Golden State took over. It was like him and Kobe pretty much.
Exactly. So I find it, and I also like, I see it as educational for me because it's like, if Lee Haney is literally one of 2 Mr. Olympia champions with like 8 titles, right? Yet Ronnie Coleman is talked about as the GOAT, who matches the amount of championship wins that Lee Haney has. So how the fuck does that work? It's because Ronnie Coleman was competing against Jay Cutler, Flex Wheeler, Kevin Levrone, you know?
Yeah.
Whereas Lee Haney had no one.
I gotcha.
So I just keep that in mind. But in response to what you were saying, I think the athletes or the physiques that you're describing were in the 2000s.
Totally could be, honestly. If I look at the image quality, you know.
Yeah. And, you know, it's like the peril of bodybuilding is that the sport evolves with the drugs.
Yeah.
And it's like...
Baseball.
It's not... Yeah. I mean, you're onto something. And I see it as a shame because it's like, well, are we judging athletes on their natural physiques? No. Or are we judging them off of the advancements in science and technology that humans are now, you know, injecting themselves with?
That's a really good perspective.
It's like the true perspective.
And even, you know, Samir Bannout goes to our gym occasionally.
Oh, Samir! He goes to your gym?
I occasionally, yeah.
I want to meet him.
I actually, yeah, I know him pretty well, actually. I'd like to try to, maybe we get him on.
Tell him the Natty King wants to meet him.
Does he? Do you guys follow each other on?
No.
Okay.
We can.
We'll make it happen.
We can make that happen, boys. We can make that happen.
He's still big too.
Samir's fucking. He's goated.
Yeah, he's
fucking goated.
He's a cool dude.
Maybe we have him on the pod and then have Shaun surprise.
First Christmas tree. First Christmas tree. Shout out Samir. For those who don't know, Christmas tree is when you. It's like a move on your back, but basically it creates like this.
I know what you're talking about.
Muscle striations. Yeah, Samir's fucking goated.
I know exactly what you're talking about,
That's
actually.
super cool.
So you mentioned you wanted the greatest physique out of everyone.
100%.
Out of natties, out of the geared up.
Fuck them.
Okay, so I'm not doubting you when I say this at all, because if anybody's going to do it, I believe it's you.
Thank you.
But how? How are you going to compete with that?
I'll tell you.
How can you compete with the people?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I can tell you.
No, please do.
Because before you start the answer, I'd like, because I kind of agree with Alec. I'm like, well, when we see these guys at the Arnold Classic, right, and we see these jacked guys, how are you able to compete with their size? I guess
I got the answer.
I want the answer.
Yeah, I'll give it to you. I don't concern myself with my contemporaries. If anything, my presence in the sport enhances the perception of my contemporaries, but I'm not competing against them.
Okay.
I'm competing against every physique that has ever existed.
Oh, so you're saying you wouldn't you wouldn't go to their division then, in other words, right? You wouldn't compete in their division.
We're overcomplicating it. We're talking about legacy. We're talking about over the course of my career, I will create a physique coupled with contributions to the sport and the industry of fitness and the industry of entertainment.
I see what
and
you're
moving
saying.
into politics. And that physique will do all of those things so that by the time that I'm done, you will have an image of Shaun Fury's greatest of all time physique coupled with
I like that.
world leader, coupled with movie star, coupled with creating of the Nattyverse. So like that's the legacy that I'm building.
I could see that.
And the only one who got close to that was maybe Arnold then, right?
Correct.
Well, I was
Yeah.
just gonna say,
Yeah.
Arnold's got to be up there on your wall of fame kind of thing,
Yeah.
because of his acting. His
Yeah. So when I say
Terminator.
greatest aesthetic physique, I make sure to say I want the greatest aesthetic physique of all time. I don't think Arnold has the greatest aesthetic physique of all time. I think he has one of the most iconic physiques, and I know that it will exist in that stratosphere as one of the most iconic.
Because then maybe we got it wrong. Because I think ChatGPT. I know Alec likes to use the ChatGPT. I think were you quoted saying that you wanted the best aesthetic physique out of all natural or enhanced athletes?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Chat got it right. Don't you dare.
Okay, Chat got it right.
Don't you dare doubt that chat check.
So if I say, would you? Is that I don't want that to be disrespectful though, but
Yeah.
you don't want to go to their category because you wouldn't be able to beat them in the category, right? But overall, legacy wise, you would, and I understand what you're saying.
If I can, let me know if I'm responding correctly to your inquiry. I am looking forward to competing all over the place. I want to compete in IFBB. I want to compete in WMBF, OCB, DFAC, the whole 9 yards. But to me, the competitions matter less than the legacy. And the competitions matter less as to, because I don't leave it up to the judges. I've never left it up to the judges.
Right, but there's a natural IFBB and there's an enhanced IFBB.
That's what I was just going to ask. So are you saying, like, I think I get what you're saying completely with the legacy part. That's just more of minute detail.
Yeah.
Are you saying you want to compete against the?
I already have.
Okay.
Yeah. The first 2 shows that I did last year, I competed against enhanced athletes.
I remember you telling me about them.
Yeah.
Where did you place?
I placed 2nd in the first show and 3rd in the second show.
Loser. Loser. That was your first.
That's pretty amazing.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's incredible. And all of the other guys were. How many other were natural, or do you not know?
I don't know. But I think, I think this is a good teachable moment. It's not specifically for bodybuilding, and I'm just going to give my opinion on this whole thing. Are we really competing for first place as to like who's got the best physique on stage? It's like, is that really a priority for us?
You guys know better than me, honestly.
Oh, that's a great question. But when you coming back to Nattyverse, is that competing with?
Oh, so what are you going to be judging on?
Yeah. Well, thank you. I'm glad that you asked that. For one, shout out Greg Doucette, who has offered to be our celebrity head judge.
I was just about to ask, do you have any big name judges on there?
So I want to work closely with him to identify the judging criteria specifically for the King of Naturals tournament, which is the invitation only. The things that I want to focus on for this tournament is I'm looking to promote the sport in a way that's not currently being done, placing a greater emphasis on posing.
Gotcha.
I feel that most bodybuilding athletes kind of don't really pay that much attention to posing, specifically posing routines. So keeping that in mind, I want every athlete to prioritize it and make it their own. Use their storyline, their brand, their persona as part of the story that they're telling within their posing routine.
Okay.
So I want that to be a factor. Beyond that, aesthetics.
Okay.
I want to crown the person with the best aesthetics. That would be my preference.
I gotcha.
Working with the judges, it's completely up to them to see if we can hit on the same page.
Get that exactly right. Firing on all cylinders. Okay, that makes sense.
Did that answer your question about the whole, competing against bodybuilders? I don't give a fuck.
I think so. I mean, I don't want to push too hard on that because it's at the end of the day, you're making a good point. It doesn't really matter.
No.
And so I like your answer.
If there was like an objective sport, which this is not an objective sport. Gymnastics is more objective than bodybuilding. This is entirely subjective. So if you've got 5 judges and you've got 30 athletes on stage, different judges are going to feel different things about each athlete. So if you were to cycle out the 5 judges and bring in new 5 judges, they might have different biases.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I've also heard Greg Doucette, who is your celebrity judge on the show. I've heard him talk about how, you know, natties just can't compete with if they go into and he's talking traditional bodybuilding, which
And he's right.
Yeah,
He's right. Yeah. Objectively speaking, C-Bum has a better physique than me. I want to make that clear. Objectively speaking, within the sport of bodybuilding.
but only because of gear.
Yeah.
If you did the gear, you could potentially compete with C.
Potentially.
Okay.
Yeah, but it wouldn't be a concern of mine because
Right.
we're looking to change the world and not become a Mr. Olympia.
Like,
Which,
bigger picture.
yeah, bigger picture. And, you know, it's like the type of person that I am, I don't want to do something that someone has already done. Mr. Olympia has been achieved. Like, that mountain has been climbed. Mount Everest has been climbed by fucking, I don't know, 15 people already.
You want the Nattyverse to literally not replace, but like
surpass.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
I do.
Exactly.
I do.
Exactly, bro.
Yeah, and it will.
So Greg Doucette, I've heard. Please correct me if I'm wrong, boys. Okay, give me a second. Turkey testosterone.
Turkesterone.
I think turkey.
Oh my God. Wait, hold on. We're keeping this in. We're not
Oh yeah,
cutting
no,
this
we're
out.
not cutting.
I
it.
support it.
I think turkey testosterone is.
Turkey
This is
testosterone.
going to be a clip.
What's wrong with turkey testosterone?
Little Turkish
Little Turk?
from Turkish.
Yeah. Exactly. Roll
Turkey
with it.
testosterone.
Is it from Turkey? Yeah, no.
No, it's from Uzbekistan.
It's So Greg Doucette
Is
is
it?
big.
Okay. Aren't they right next to each other?
I mean, they're
They're
the
very
same.
close. They're very close. Yeah.
I think they're close to each other. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, he seems to be smuggling it in, according to him. But he's big on turkesterone. Is that considered natty? I mean, if they were,
Yeah.
It's
currently considered natty.
What is it exactly?
It's a plant from Uzbekistan that contains the. I'm going to butcher it, but Greg would get it better. But basically, it's like you take a plant from Uzbekistan that's only there. It's only there. So if you're and Greg has a monopoly on this specific area in the country.
He owns all the real estate.
Yeah, literally. Like that's
he's doing this right.
Yeah, he's well. I'm going off of what he's saying. You know, so factually speaking, coming out of his mouth, he owns the place in Uzbekistan that produces this plant. So any other product that claims to have turkesterone is lying. Because
Unless they're selling it.
Yeah, unless Greg is selling it to them.
That's gold.
Yeah. So yes, it is considered natty currently. I think it's on WADA's watch list.
Okay.
But it has not yet been considered a banned supplement. So I don't fuck with it just because it's like if I can't explain it to myself, then I don't really have an interest. And again, like we're not taking supplements for the purpose of like my physique is already the peak natural physique. So like taking supplements dilutes the peak natural physique.
I got you.
You know what I mean?
So is it something that's naturally occurring in your body already?
I don't think so.
So that's where I'm curious about it because something like a peptide or something that's are they not there? Some of them are natural. A lot of them
Those
are natural.
are, yeah.
Yeah, they're naturally occurring in your body. You're just maybe enhancing them a little bit,
Right.
and that's where like in the NFL you take the concussion test and maybe you play a little stupid on the concussion test. So if you get a little concussion, you know the game.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like.
And just to offer like clarification, I don't want to demonize any kind of supplement, steroids or otherwise. You know?
Yeah, we're not demonizing at all.
Yeah.
I'm more just asking questions to establish that baseline.
Sure.
So it's the frame shift. We're shifting perspectives, bro.
Love it.
I mean, I love what he's doing. His marketing is brilliant.
Oh, yeah.
He calls out more plates, more dates. He calls out all these brands, and he has the third-party testing.
Yeah, Greg definitely has the content creation down on lock. He responds to everything that's happening within the fitness industry, whether it's related to him or not. And the genius of that is even if he doesn't have a dog in that fight, well, now he's inserted himself into the fight, so now he's continues to stay relevant.
Would you say he's the 6'9" of the industry?
Nah. I like Greg too much to to assign him that. But what he has done so far is marketing for testosterone.
Sounds kind of like a Takashi.
You're terrible. My perspective, or like my observation, is that the product is so, what's the word? The product produces results.
Gotcha.
So because it's so effective, Greg doesn't have to do much to promote it because, for one, he has a limited supply. So whenever they get a new shipment, it sells out literally like within like the first day of getting the new supply. So he doesn't have to do much, and for whatever he does, he just makes he has fun with it.
Yeah,
you know, as he should. Greg is a chill guy, and I learned a lot from him. And the day that I got to spend with him, he was able to open up his doors to us. I told him about the project of the Natty King franchise, and obviously he was enthusiastic. And yeah, I can't wait to get to his level, to tell you the truth.
So with that being said, if you want the real shit, go to his website, buy it there. It ain't nowhere else.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
You got to get on his VIP list in order to make sure that you get notified. So, I mean, he's got it fucking down to a science. This guy knows what he's doing.
Well, he's not the only person. Like, I mean, you brought me to Golds before and shot with
Josh.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Like, you're around a lot of these big names in the fitness industry, you know?
Yeah, intentionally.
Of course.
Yeah.
Does it help? Are you able to leverage that? I don't want to say the word leverage like that, but are you able to, you know, turn that into good content for you, you know, good opportunities?
That's actually a beautiful segue. So I would say that my content focus has been primarily honed to Instagram.
Okay.
In the presentation of short form content. And what I acknowledge in the year and a half that I've been doing this is that I use my content creation for networking purposes, and it allows me to tell a story over the course of however long I'm in this career, and that story takes me to new destinations and allows me to meet new people, and then they get factored into the story, and then more content comes. What I've noticed is that the content does not get the type of engagement that a person of my platform typically does, and it's a little uncomfortable.
The algorithms are so fucked, right?
Yeah,
like,
they are.
bro,
I've noticed that.
Yeah,
I've noticed that. Yeah, and it is a little uncomfortable because if I like meet like take for instance, I met the co-owner of Harder Than Last Time Supplements, which is Greg's supplement company. I met the co-owner who is a natty who gets accused of being a fake natty all the time.
Do you know Brady? Brady Urban?
I met Brady here.
Yes.
And I also saw him a couple days ago.
Real good friend of mine. He gets he is natty. He's played college football. Like, bro, he gets accused of it all the time.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So one of the biggest people who gets accused on a routine basis, Hussein Farhat, who, like I said, is the co-owner of Harder Than Last Time Supplements. I met him at Zoo Culture a couple weeks ago, and I let him know about the Nattyverse that's being built. And
you should.
Yeah, as I should, because he's a natty, and I definitely see a spot for him in the future. But the thing is, it's like, okay, so then he gets really excited, and I see the excitement in his eyes. He's like, oh, that sounds like a really cool project. We follow each other on Instagram, and then I start posting, or I continue posting, and it's like optics. You know, like this guy's got 1 million followers, and I've got 55,000. But when I post, it's like very minimal engagement.
Yeah.
And the uncomfortability comes from, it's like, man, if I'm getting these bigger names to start looking, and then they're seeing like it's not matching up with like how they.
Trust me, bro. I've had clients that have bought bots, and
I get it.
A lot like that is the worst thing to deal with. What's slightly less uncomfortable is dealing with your situation, where maybe you went viral for something, got a whole bunch of followers off of that, but it might not be what your normal content is, so it doesn't feed that algorithm. And
that's where Alec nerds out on his 1425 Productions, which might be a good promo.
Yeah, shout out 1425 Productions. Go check it out if you need any help in social media marketing or video production world. Okay, back to it.
Dropped into that. That was dope.
But yeah, so like, bro, that algorithm is so fucked. So like, that's what I love about finding a style that will bring people in to see what your real content is. But just once you have that style, just make sure you run it, you know, like. Yeah.
And like I said, it's like, I'm passionate about the content I'm making. It's like the algorithm is fucking me.
Yeah.
For sure. Because I think that what I make should equate to like a different kind of metric.
Bro, it's.
But the thing is that for my purposes, The intention is to network and connect with other people in the various industries that I'm passionate about, fitness and entertainment.
Yeah.
My content does that. So,
Well, let's get into entertainment a little bit. You're a Star Wars fan, right? Okay.
I'm a Star Wars fan for sure. I'm not like a diehard, like, oh, fucking Star Wars.
He's a diehard. He's a diehard right here.
We're gonna label that.
I have heard, and correct me if I'm wrong, a little birdie told me. Yeah, we'll say a birdie. A little birdie told me that your personal journey in some ways is very similar to Luke Skywalker's.
For sure.
Go in on that.
It's the same thing as A Hero with 1,000 Faces, which I believe is a book.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah, it's a book that I should actually read. But basically, it tells the story of the hero's journey.
Okay.
And the hero's journey can be applied to, like I said, it gets used in fiction a lot, but you can also apply it to real life.
Yeah. That's what makes it good fiction.
Yeah, it is. Exactly. So I see a really cool opportunity to take the events that are happening in real life and to transfix it with a fictional element to it, specifically just by telling the through line, beginning, middle, and end. If Luke Skywalker is the chosen one within his universe, of the Star Wars universe, then we get to watch him go through the process of becoming a master, having the pitfalls, meeting his father, getting his hand chopped off, all these journeys that lead him to the final destination. We can take Shaun Fury, and if his goal is to be the greatest natural bodybuilder of all time, or the apex of all alphas, or a person who achieves world peace, we can still go through the same through line of beginning, middle, and end. What are the obstacles? What are the camaraderie? What are the connections that we make along this journey? And we all get to kind of get lumped into this one huge epic story that involves thousands of people.
It really is crazy how big it grows.
Yeah.
It is. I can't wait to see it just grow, bro.
And
I really can't.
It's bigger than Star Wars. It's bigger than Star Wars because this is real life. So anyone who gets to be involved in this project, they're actually living the experience as opposed to reading it or watching it on TV.
And experiencing it. That's the key part.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, speaking of experiencing shit, are you a fan of The Matrix?
Huge. I actually use that big aspect of inspiration. Huge.
So,
I kind of want to do like a remake, to tell you the truth.
Oh, that'd be fun.
I actually do.
But wait. Do you think life is a simulation?
Wow, I didn't know we were going to ask that.
Oh, we're going all the way in.
You guys hit me. I'm like,
we're going in.
I didn't know it was that kind of podcast.
Well, it said you like The Matrix. We were going to say, hey, wait, the journey of Luke Skywalker, the journey of Neo. And so if you like Neo,
all right,
your journey is with Neo from The Matrix, then it's like, wait a minute, you've got to have some thoughts on us as in The Matrix.
Super cool.
And real quick to preface, I just did a podcast for someone where we went all into this.
This is awesome.
Like a 2-hour podcast on the science of it all. Yeah, maybe. We'll see.
Yeah.
I'm going to text them first and see if I want to do that.
So before I go into detail about that specific answer, I do want to give my biggest issue with the Matrix franchise.
Yes.
And this is why I'm passionate about the franchise that I'm building.
Okay.
Because if you just take the Matrix trilogy, right, you have Neo, who is regarded as the chosen one. He becomes the chosen one, and all of a sudden he's able to do these spectacular things because he knows that he's living in a simulated reality, and he can manipulate it to his will. He can fly, he can stop bullets, he can move super fast, and, fight incredibly, right? Why is it that once Neo was able to achieve his level of oneness and start flying all over the place, why is it that other people couldn't do it? Because if we all know that we're living in a simulated reality,
then we all should be able to access.
Exactly. Especially if we have a leader like Neo who is able to display the type of power that should be within all of us.
But maybe Neo wasn't the leader. Maybe he was still being played from a higher source. Maybe, I don't know.
And, we could run with that theory, which is why when it comes to the type of storytelling that I'm interested in, if I am the main character of my story, I'm the most powerful being in the universe.
Fucking love that.
Period.
I treat that in real life.
Yeah. Amen.
You should be the most powerful person. You should be. I should be. Exactly.
Absolutely. And contrary to the way that the Matrix displayed their main character, my intention is to show what can be achieved by anyone using the same skills, techniques, mindset, framework, in order to do whatever the fuck they want in life.
Okay.
So to answer your question, are we living in a simulated
Let's
reality?
get into it.
Yes and no. You know, it's like, it's open to interpretation. You can use it for, like, the way I do it, like, this is a video game, right? So if I'm living in a video game and this is an avatar, this physical body is an avatar, my mind is somewhere else. My mind gets to be, you know, existing in the universe. Yeah. And whenever I want to check in with my body, I'm here, I'm present, I'm looking at you, I'm looking at you.
Avatar style.
Exactly. And if I want to leave, if I have some downtime, I'll check out, maybe fucking hang out in Africa for a second, or, you know, fly over to fucking Pluto. You know, it's all like,
Africa to Pluto. That's a trip, right?
Exactly. But like, that's the power of imagination. So if you really develop your skills of imagination and creativity, then you actually do start seeing all of reality as if it's a simulation based off of the way that aligns with the things that are happening in your brain. Yeah. Because again, going back to like the whole red thing, we're only focusing on the things that we're telling our minds to focus on. But the brain is still processing 1 million bits of information per moment.
We're just deciding what's important.
Exactly. Yeah. So we get to create the simulation. It's like a conscious interaction with the universe.
It's almost Ready Player One-ish in a sense.
Correct. Yeah.
Without the gaming atmosphere.
Yeah. And like the whole thing, like the reason I'm incredibly passionate about what it is that I'm doing is because I think we're really just scratching the surface as to the type of fun that we could have within this reality if we were to actually attack it with a level of intentionality with our creativity and imagination.
Okay. We're just going to jump right into this.
Fuck yeah.
And then we can be done with it, with conspiracy theories.
Okay.
Aliens real or not? What? There's one more after that.
Okay.
And then I got one more.
Manage your expectations.
I got one.
Okay. Are aliens real or not?
Yeah.
I definitely am okay with them being real. I want to include them in my narrative.
Ooh.
And one thing, again, I'll clarify.
Would you let them compete?
Not for the Natty King. Okay. Not for the Natty King. But I'm down to hang out with them.
Okay.
I'm down to like interact with them. Yeah. And one thing I really want to make clear is when it comes to the Nattyverse, the Natty franchise, I only want to tell true stories in exaggerated ways.
I like that.
So it's like if I interact with an alien, it actually happened. And I'm okay with that being the case. And my whole thing is getting the collective consciousness prepared for that interaction so they can fucking digest it and not lose their minds.
I like that. Okay. Last I'll say my thing. I think aliens are probably real just because of, you know, sheer science, like numbers.
Yeah, think about the vastness of the universe.
Exactly. Like there's we can't be that special.
Yeah,
we can't be.
And the tricky part is because it's like if I'm running the narrative in my brain that I'm the most powerful being in the universe, that means that whatever alien that we were to interact with cannot be more powerful than me.
Exactly.
Because it would negate the truth.
Yeah. No, exactly. And touching back a little bit further back, I loved how you said, for me, if I can see a path, it's easy for me to do. The difficult part is seeing that path. So if that path, it's an easy thing to do. Like it might be very difficult physically to do, but it's easy. I see the direct route to get from A to Z. Yeah. We just got to do it.
And the thing that like stops a lot of people, they talk about obstacles.
Yes.
Fucking obstacles. Oh, what about the obstacles? If you can't see through the obstacles, then you need some help.
You're on the wrong path.
Yeah, you need some help.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Real quick. Last conspiracy. Time travel.
Time travel is tricky. I definitely believe that you can travel backwards, and that's a matter of reframing.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've never split it apart like that. That's an interesting take.
Are you familiar with the butterfly effect?
Refresh me.
Ashton Kutcher, I want to say Amy Hall, but Ashton Kutcher was like the main star of that film. But basically, in the shortest amount of time possible, he developed a power to travel back in time through his notebooks. So like he had a diary, right? Okay. So he would go to a certain date, like June 8th, 1995. And on that day, he got molested by his father, right?
Okay.
So he'll read it. And
Circuit turn.
I just made that up. That did not happen in the movie. But I'm just making an example.
Damn, Shaun.
I don't even know why it went there.
Could have won the lottery or something. You chose that.
Yeah. Because it was a dark movie.
Okay.
Dark movie. You know, like some shit happened.
I'll give you some slack there.
Yeah, so he's reading, June, whatever, and as he's reading it, he's like seeing the memory happen, and all of a sudden, like the room starts spinning, and all of a sudden he wakes up in that moment, and now he has the opportunity to change things whatever he changes, it jumps him back into the present, and like now he's living in a new reality. What I believe can be done with our own brains is we have the ability to reframe our past experiences to change our perspective as to what happened, and then move accordingly with that new perspective.
I like that.
Yeah,
I like that, bro.
So far as the future, we're always creating the future.
Yeah.
So yes, time travel is real. If you have the ability to perceive the future, then you can actually change it.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that, bro.
Yeah.
All right. So you have written films. You're a screenwriter.
Yep.
You wrote a film called Skyfly.
I did not write that. I was the co-producer, and I featured in it as the main antagonist.
Okay. So
But not screenwriter.
I'll take that one, Josh.
I mean, it counts. I've written.
My bad.
No. I've written screenplays. Skyfly was not written by me. I just co-produced it and acted in it.
Because I've seen, I think it's on your Instagram, or maybe you posted to your story one day, but I've seen you in there.
Oh yeah.
And
yeah.
bro, like, I want to start doing more of these short films.
Fuck yeah, bro.
Full length feature films. Like, let's do this properly. Like, if there's budgets, I've got grip trucks we can fucking bring in. Like, once the money's there, I want to be the investor for a film.
Okay.
I want to use influencers in a proper way.
Yeah.
I don't want to make it like all that bullshit, like I don't want to sacrifice the movie at all to use them, but I want to use them properly so that we have marketing built in. Like, the strategy.
Yeah. So can I pitch you my idea?
100%.
When it comes to using influencers.
Yeah.
I don't. For one, we'll get rid of the word influencer because to the general public, they're like considered self-involved.
Yeah.
Let me get this selfie, shit like that.
Negative connotation.
Yeah, negative connotation. So instead, I like to use the frame content creators.
I like
right?
that. I like that.
And content creators, their purpose is to promote their brand and the content that they're creating. Right. I personally see content creators being the next step in entertainment, and they have an ability to kind of exist alongside actors.
1,000,000% agree.
Yeah, because they're already honing their skills to present their brand and whatever they're doing on camera.
Yeah.
They just don't have a script. Why do we need a script? In order to tell a story, right? That's the purpose of a movie. A movie has a script. They got a director. They're doing shot composition and shit like that.
Yeah.
The future of filmmaking, or the future of entertainment that I want to create, is a new genre that I'm coining the phrase of cinematic lifestyle.
Okay.
And what this looks like is telling stories in the confines of scenes that do not have a script, but look as if it's being shot as a movie.
I like that. So just improv almost, in a sense.
Completely improv. The only thing that we know is that there is an intention of the scene.
Okay.
So we're working through the scene, and over the course of an accumulation of those scenes, we tell a full story with a beginning, middle, and end.
Are you thinking filming these horizontally or vertically?
Horizontally.
And then trimming them down for that? No.
Because you can repurpose it.
I hate the trend of this vertical, not even necessarily in content creation, but there's like actual full-on platforms paying hundreds of thousands, millions of dollars for these vertical content. And it's just a vertical movie. Shoot it fucking horizontally, cut it down. Like, what the fuck are we doing here? This is retarded.
I'm in agreement with you.
Right?
Yeah.
Am I crazy?
Yeah.
Makes total sense.
Fuck these motherfuckers. We're taking it back.
Yeah. So that's definitely the idea. And obviously the first storyline that I'm focusing on is who will be crowned the Natty King in 2028. So taking that storyline, every time within the Nattyverse, every scene is leading to that final destination as to who will be crowned the Natty King. So it's like, if you see me in a scene, for instance, shooting the podcast with Coach Lauren Morrison.
Great pod.
That's the scene.
Go check that out, by the way.
Super cool. Like, that's a specific scene. The format is podcast, but it could have been a different format. We could have used different cameras, different lighting, lavalier mics to hide the mics, and literally change the aesthetic of the scene.
It's crazy how much, even just lighting, bro. From going from podcast lighting to interview style lighting, where we have more of this kind of thing.
Correct.
Like, for my podcast that I shoot, it's with what I brought to there. But like, this is more interview style, where it's boom, boom kind of thing. Like, it's crazy how much can be changed, which is simple as that.
Yeah. So that's definitely the thing that I'm looking to like really master, because like my expertise is in storytelling, acting, filmmaking, things of that nature. What I'm lacking is DP, or director of photography.
Photography, boys.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is I don't know if you need a DP, hit me up.
I definitely do. Yeah.
Well, let's make something happen, brother.
Yeah, seriously.
Okay.
Because I really want to start experimenting with the aesthetic of the shop.
Yes.
You know?
And bro, like, we just got to get going because like I've got a lot of the equipment that we would need in terms of, I've got the full RE lighting kits, like multiple of these, multiple. I've got the aperture lighting. I've got it all, you know? All right. So we're starting to wind down. We're almost done here. All right. We're just going to hold you hostage for a little bit longer. Do you enjoy LA? Compared to Jersey, what would you say? Are there any good, what would you compare Jersey to LA a little bit? Like, what do you think? What do you like about it, dislike about it? Good versus bad?
I love LA. I love LA. It allows me to dream ad libitum. I love the progression of my experience in LA, starting homeless. I remember the first celebrities that I met and how meaningful each connection was.
I remember that too. That was a crazy thing when that happened.
Yeah.
Who was your first? Not to cut you off, but real quick, who was your
all right,
first?
So I got three that all happened like the span of like a couple weeks. First one I can think of, Jennifer Garner, who was Electra.
Okay.
Yeah. I was at a Starbucks. I entered. I was about to go to work, and she fucking looks at me. And I want to have this conversation with her in the future, just to like make sure I'm not crazy.
You'll work with her in something.
Yeah, or I'll hire her or something. Right?
Yeah.
We make eye contact, and her jaw drops. Like literally, like.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm like,
okay,
me? Jennifer Garner? You know,
let's make something happen here.
And the funny thing is, when I tell people that story, it's like, so what'd you do after that? And I was so dumbstruck, like,
bro,
I was so like, is Jennifer Garner dropping her jaw at me?
Fuck yeah.
I didn't do anything. Like, I just was like too busy processing.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. And then another one, like I said, happened in like the same span of like weeks. Carrie Ann Moss, who plays Trinity in The Matrix.
Okay.
I met her, and she was actually at the restaurant that I was working at. And I asked her, hey, listen, how do you handle people staring at you all the time, being the famous person that you are? And she goes like, yeah, it can be a drag, but, you know, I just try to focus on what it is that I'm doing in whatever specific moment that I'm at. Mm-hmm. And, you know, it's probably a good thing, you know, because let your light shine. You seem to have a really good aura about you. So, you know, put it out into the world. Yeah. And that was really great advice that Carrie Ann Moss gave me. And lastly was Mark Wahlberg. And that was cool.
Okay.
Because...
Fitness?
Kinda, but more so like, I don't idolize people, right? I don't.
The same way, like
I don't have role models. I don't get starstruck.
You didn't ask for signatures.
It's like the way that my brain works. It's like I'm aiming to be the greatest of all time.
They're going to be my peers.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I don't want
so.
You to
it was a bit weird where it's like he walks in and I'm a busboy, right? So like feeling the energy of like two, like he's where I'm going and I'm here.
Yeah.
And like it felt like we were kind of like
future pacing or future projections. Almost.
Yeah. Like we were like two planets kind of orbiting around each other almost. Like who had the greater gravitational pull. At least that's what it felt like.
So do we have a rap career coming from you?
I definitely want to get into music for sure.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Probably managing artists. To start with,
look, I'll tell you, Prince will tell you, just choose right, okay? Just choose them right.
For sure.
Because that is a fucking headache.
Yeah.
Like, bro, I had so much fun. Those were some of my most fun days managing artists. Oh, yeah, bro. Like, bro, I practically lived in North Philly for a while. Like, bro, those were some really fun days. But, like, when it came down to the business, I was investing and shit wasn't important enough. You know?
I'm going to have to pick people who are passionate and professional.
And keep them that way.
Yeah.
I made it too comfortable, too soft, you know? And I think that was my biggest issue because it created the atmosphere to be soft, you know?
Yeah.
So just pick right.
That's good to know.
When it comes to your artist, bro.
Yeah. I'm excited for that part of my career. That's probably, with the way that things are going, finished entertainment, definitely want to get music involved probably within the next couple years.
What do you want your legacy to really be?
Damn. Fuck. What do I want my
with the
legacy
good ones,
to
bro.
really be? To really be? Wow, no one's really ever asked me that question.
No.
Yeah.
Am I the first person?
Yeah.
Bro, I've been thinking this whole time. I can't wait for like 10, 15 years down the road. And like you and I are both doing our thing. This thing's still going on. We're 10 years deep.
Yeah.
And like we get to look back at these episodes and be like, Look at Shaun back then.
Look at
Look
Alex.
at those dumbasses, men, back then.
Listen to the shit we said, you know, like,
Yeah.
and
I love
then
that kind of
then
shit.
10 years later, it all comes like tenfold, you know?
I love that kind of shit.
I can't wait for
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
You know?
I love the foresight. I love foresight. Foresight's so fucking cool.
But not to cut you off.
Yeah.
Legacy. Let me
What
hear it.
he added really, though, it was the question is, what do you want your legacy to be? And it's interesting that you emphasized really, because he actually added really. It wasn't in the actual.
Yeah, fuck the question. I got the good shit.
So, damn. I genuinely, I mean this from the bottom of my heart. If I do not achieve world peace, and what that looks like in my vision is a world that is not warring with, other countries, established leaders who lead with like core values, great principles, a harmonious world. That's the legacy that I am truly invested in achieving within my lifetime. And I believe that it can happen with the right leadership and the right strategy of execution. And I think that this is like the precursor to a utopian society that looks similar to Star Trek.
You heard it here first.
I know it's crazy.
No, I think you're crazy, but I also think that crazy people are the only thing that makes this world turn
I know.
and create more shit. Because if we didn't have the crazies, it would just be a bunch of factory workers. We're back to the warehouse workers, you know?
Yeah.
It all comes
And
back.
I want to keep room for them. Some people want to work in a factory.
No, then there's nothing wrong with
Yeah.
just being. I don't want to make that. This is going to sound terrible in a sense, but I don't mean it this way. Like,
I know
the world needs nurses, you know?
Yes.
Like,
And some people want to be nurses.
and I don't mean that disrespectfully at
Yeah.
all. Like, I respect and appreciate what these people do, taking care of us in these hospitals, and not even paid a very good wage a lot of the times. So, like, I don't want it to sound like I'm coming down on them for being
Yeah.
a nurse, but like, the world needs every part about it.
Yeah.
You know?
And my whole thing is that it's like, so that's like the big picture. That's like the grand goal.
Yeah.
But to bring it to a philosophical level, my intention is to create or to remind people that we really, really, really can do whatever we want.
No, we can.
We can do whatever we want.
Yeah.
And if you just be nice to one another, because like we're all just projections of our own selves. So if I'm unkind to you, I'm being unkind to myself. So be kind to yourself, be kind to your neighbor,
Yes.
and do whatever the fuck you want.
Whatever the fuck it takes, too.
Whatever the fuck it takes to.
Yeah.
But also whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah, no, it
You know?
starts there and
Yeah.
then fucking go all the way in.
Yeah,
and stop.
yeah, have fun.
Yeah.
Don't be scared. There's nothing to be scared of. There's literally nothing to be scared of. We're probably two individuals who like change.
Yeah.
Because
No.
we're the agents of it.
Change is constant.
Yeah.
Change is good.
Yeah.
Change is necessary. When you're not changing, you're stagnant. And you never want to be stagnant.
I agree.
So,
I agree.
the way we like to end this shit off, what grinds your fucking titties? Normally it's grind your gears, but
Yeah.
what I say is grind your titties.
Love it.
And I love this question because it seems like nothing ever gets under his skin. So this is going to be an interesting
Yeah.
answer.
Let's figure out what pisses you off, bro.
It's definitely right now. It's people. I want to word it correctly.
You can say it, lazy people.
No, they actually don't grind my gears. People who think that like, I don't like people who like come to me with shit. Like, don't come to me with shit.
I like that.
You know, it's like, I'm all about good vibes,
Yeah.
right? So, and you know that I'm well-intentioned. Everyone at this point, I have done so well with my brand in solidifying myself as authentic, genuine, well-to-do, caring. Like I've done a good job with this, right?
Every piece of content, everything
Yeah,
towards showing
it
that.
all says like it shows the same person.
Yeah.
So if a person comes to me knowing who I am and they've got issues with me, like make it make sense. Seriously, I'm dead serious.
I like it.
It's
I like
like,
it, bro.
oh, Sean, you're a fucking asshole. Show me how.
Yeah, where was I an asshole
Yeah,
exactly?
yeah. Please show me.
Yeah, no.
Because
I
like
it.
if it's not supported by evidence, fuck the fuck off.
Exactly, bro. Well said.
Yeah.
Well
Fuck
said.
the fuck off.
Josh, you got anything that grinds your titties today?
Mine, I can go full circle with Sean on this one. I mean, it's a very petty one, but I think I'll try to loop it full circle. It's just people in the gym that we all know this, they don't re-rack their weights, but it's not just for the surface level of re-racking your weights. It means to me that you're lazy. And I think out of shape people don't re-rack their weights. I think in shape people re-rack their weights. And what happens with in shape people, they do better in business. You want to work with them in the future. And so for me, it's like 10 layers deep. It's not just, oh, look at that lazy ass that didn't re-rack their weights. It's like, wait, no, he re-racks his weights. He looks good. His body's in shape, or her. I want to work with them in some aspect.
It's like making your bed in the morning kind of thing.
That's my thing.
Yeah,
Alec, what's yours?
I have 2% on my camera right now, so I'm going to be quick about it and then do the outro. So, what grinds my titties? People that will sit in a chair, and then a chair that has only been sat in one time. You know who you are. You fucking piece of shit. You retarded asshole piece of shit. You sat in the chair for 2 hours yesterday. Why is it fucked up already? You're done. I'm going to grind you the fuck up for this one. Let's go to the warehouse right now, buy a new chair, and then I won't grind you up. But if it's not, a new chair ain't here soon, this ain't stopping until a new chair gets here. That's what grinds my titties.
So people who are too rough with shit. Okay, cool.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, I did say it'd be quick. All right.
Good interpretation.
Shaun, we got 1%. Where can they find you?
I'm easy. Shaun Fury on all socials. SHAUN. Shaun like Shaun White. Shaun like Shaun Alexander. Shaun like the greatest of all time.
There we go. Guys, this has been another great episode of the Frame Shift Podcast. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Tell us what you want to hear, who you want to have on here. And, you know, we're going to keep delivering. We don't stop delivering. And we'll see you next week. Goodbye.